everyone's trying to clown me as if I had a bad take or I was wrong, when unironically they're just clowning themselves for not being able to comprehend an extremely simple video.
Alright, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and we are back with a part 2 to a video that does not require a part 2 whatsoever until a video was most recently made from the same creator, doubling down, tripling down, quadrupling down on one of the worst Halo takes I've ever seen. And let me tell you, if you thought the first video was pretty fucking bad, which most of you, statistically, according to the comments, said that it was, this video is even worse, and go ahead and get strapped in, grab yourself a water, grab a snack, but do make sure you are staying hydrated and subscribe to the channel. I think now it's like 90% of viewers are not subscribed to the channel, so let's go ahead and try to get those numbers up, but with that all in mind, let's go ahead and get into the video. First off, let me say, Halo Infinite co-op should have been there at launch, like this guy says, and that was not the point of his first video. The whole point of his first video was him bitching and moaning at the fact that he was going to have to pay $9 more to the original one that he paid just to play Halo Infinite's co-op. The video, if it was strictly about co-op being there at launch, it would have been strictly about that and not bitching and moaning about prices and telling people that they can't have opinions for about 10 minutes. And let me make sure this is also clear. You can still purchase microtransactions, purchase DLCs to games, and still have an opinion about modern gaming. And let me say, this guy says you do not deserve to have an opinion if you spend money or buy DLCs or play co-op. If you want to play co-op and spend a little more money, you know, he says you can't have an opinion. So just keep that in mind throughout this whole video. Alright, so I did end up doing my homework here, and there were some key parts throughout his video that I wanted to go ahead and point out and put on blast. There's a lot of like empty space in this 24-minute video, so I only picked the main parts that I wanted to talk about because there's some other parts where he just goes on tangents that are just really boring to listen to, and I don't really want to put you guys through that, so we're going to go ahead and start with the first clip here.
I was pointing out how I will now have to spend more money on a Game Pass subscription or buy the game if I want to experience co-op now that it's in Halo Infinite, well, in the form of a flight. So that's what the video was about. I was just pointing that out. And why I was pointing that out, we'll get to in a second. But I have so many people on Twitter and in YouTube comments and other YouTube videos telling me I had a bad take. Just take the L, dude. I guess everybody else is wrong and you're the one that's right. I guess so. I guess so. Because here's the thing. Many people are saying they agree that co-op should have been in the game at launch for Halo Infinite. Overwhelming majority of people are saying they agree with that. And that was my point. That co-op should have been in the game at launch. And because it's not, somebody like me, who had a Game Pass subscription at the launch of Infinite, no longer has a Game Pass subscription now and never bought the game, someone like me will now have to spend more money to experience a mode that should have been in the game at launch.
Alright, so I'm trying to represent his claim as good as I can here. His opening claim for his argument is that he will have to spend more money to play Halo Infinite co-op again. Or I think I should say, play Halo Infinite's campaign with co-op. And co-op should have been in the game at launch, and he, as well as others, have to spend more money to play a mode that should have been there at launch. Yes, you are going to have to spend more money. And this is an analogy I actually saw in his comments section that it spoke to the soul, you know. By his logic, if you were to buy a Netflix subscription and only have it for a month, but only when Stranger Things Season 1 came out and knows that there's a second season that'll come out in maybe 1 to 2 years, and his Netflix subscription expires and he waits his time till the second season comes out, and then he's gonna go ahead and complain about having to repurchase Netflix to watch Stranger Things Season 2. That is the whole argument here, and when you think about it like that, his whole argument falls apart. He knows that co-op wasn't going to be there at launch, but it was going to be there later, so he bought his subscription then, and then he has to wait now, and now he's pissed off that he has to wait and spends more money. Many people in the Halo community, including myself, are going to have to pay money a second time to play Halo Infinite co-op, but it's not a big deal because I came to the conclusion that I would have to, and I'm not going to be a little pussy bitch about it. Alright, we'll go ahead and talk about the next point now.
But yeah. People are agreeing with the opinion that co-op should have been in the game at launch, but they're disagreeing with the fact that I have to spend more money now.
Yeah, everybody agrees co-op should have been in the game at launch. but we all know that we're either going to have to pay full price for the game at launch and get co-op later down the line, or pay a subscription fee up front, wait a little bit, and then pay for it again whenever co-op came out. Yeah, I don't see what the fucking problem is there. It's something you have to come to terms with. You're blowing this shit out of the water. You just need to grow up. That's all there is to it. Maybe you're objectively correct that you have to pay more money for it twice, but it's still a stupid fucking take. If that's all your video actually has to stand on, maybe the video just wasn't a good video and there's a reason you were getting shit on YouTube and Twitter for it. And you know what? Let's go ahead and break it down even more. At this point, to play Halo Infinite's co-op and play it solo at launch, you would have to pay a total of $11, while most Halo games in the past have been a combined $60, and that means campaign and multiplayer being under that $60 umbrella. And we're going to go ahead and even jade it more towards the multiplayer side. Let's say multiplayer is a $40 product and campaign is a $20 product. You are still getting a fantastic deal by using Game Pass, and that's even if you paid full price for Game Pass twice. You'd be getting the exact value that campaign would give. And this is why I don't understand his video at all. It's just literally a 343 hate boner to try to get rage bait and hate clicks and stuff like that, and you got shit on for a reason. Just take your fucking L. Alright, we'll go ahead and get to the next point now.
And forming their own false narrative. That narrative being that I was saying, people think I was saying this. Now that co-op is added to Halo Infinite, they think I'm saying I should be able to play Halo Infinite co-op without a Game Pass subscription or without having bought the game. That's what these people think I was saying. I didn't say that. My point was very clear. I didn't say that at all. But they think I'm complaining that I should be able to play a game without having bought the game or got a Game Pass subscription. No. No. I was not saying that at all. I did not say that. So yes, when you ask me, oh, is everybody else just wrong? Yeah. Everybody else is just wrong.
Again, if you go ahead and go right back to that Netflix analogy I made at the front of the video, this whole argument just falls straight apart. And again, if the only point you can make in your video is that you're annoyed you have to pay for Halo Infinite co-op twice, then maybe your video just straight up wasn't a good video. Alright, now we'll go ahead and cover the next point.
No, I am. I mean, part of what I said is a literal fact, and the other part, everyone's saying they agree with, that co-op should have been in the game at launch.
For this point, he's trying to pull the, oh, I gotcha, with saying that, oh, the fact of this video is I have to pay for Halo Infinite co-op twice. Again, it's not a good argument to even be making, and I feel like I'm just repeating myself at this point, kind of like how you did throughout this 20-minute video. But again, it's just not a good argument to make. We've known this. It's like the Netflix analogy again. I don't even know what to say. And you know what? I hate defending 343. I hate defending them so fucking much for burning me for all the good things I said about them in the past. But the fact that the first video that you made was literally just a 343 hate piece, and I'll show some examples here.
As many of you know, I am just completely done with Halo Infinite at this point. It actually disgusts me a little bit that I'm actually making a video talking about Halo Infinite right now, but
it just kind of destroys your entire argument, and it destroys any validity that you may have actually had by just having your video be a Hate 343 video about a topic that's just so old. Alright, we'll go ahead and get into the last point now.
Right? That's what I was pointing out. And I also pointed out in that video how people say they hate modern gaming, and then they go and support modern gaming. And the response to my video kind of justifies that. You have a lot of people coming at me like I'm the bad guy. I'm speaking out against incomplete games, but I'm the bad guy, apparently. Like, yeah, fuck me. Fuck me for wanting a complete game at launch. Yeah, like, I'm the bad guy. So yeah, those of you, like, there's some of you, you criticize modern gaming and then you go and support it. So just shut your fucking mouth.
And again, in this last point, I'm going to go ahead and say you can purchase microtransactions, you can do whatever the fuck you want to support modern gaming and still hate it and still criticize it. And the whole idea of him saying, no, you can't fucking criticize it, or how about you shut your fucking mouth if you buy microtransactions or support co-op being added later, you can still have those opinions. Don't let anyone tell you you can't. Again, though, people weren't clowning on you for complaining that co-op wasn't there at launch. They were simply clowning on you because you were handling having to pay for the game again like a complete bitch. There are ways to actually criticize games, and then there's ways to just not, and this is one of them. But anyway, that's gonna go ahead and wrap up my thoughts for this video, guys. If you did enjoy, make sure you do like, and make sure you do subscribe to the channel, and stay hydrated. We will see you in the next video. Peace out, boys.